I want to show you how AI can look as a brainstorming partner. We are in Chat GPT, and I want to just show you if you're in just the general area where you can go ahead and utilize some different tools. So, this one is amazing to me, and it's called Dictate. And basically, it allows you to just kind of talk and vomit out your information. And I know that sounds strange, but sometimes I don't know. For me with ADHD, I have so many ideas and things that are floating around in my head. So sometimes it's really good for me to just talk to Brainstorm. So let me show you how this works. And I'm going to model one of the ideas that I have, which is helping me to organize my day. Okay, so I am needing your help today in getting organized with my day. I have several different tasks. The first one is that I have a live at 10 o'clock, and then I have a client meeting at 12. And then I also want to focus on two tasks, and I feel kind of overwhelmed by them. So, one of them is coming up with this new idea. I listened to a training yesterday, and I want to take the ideas and create something over in FormWise. I'm going to have some different GPTs that I'm creating. And then I also want to offer a custom GPT class. So, can you help me to organize that and break the task down? And so, what it does is it just translate all of that. And then I can push enter, and then it's going to give me a response. Again, what's really helpful is that I can just use this to just get my thoughts out. So, what's happening in mini prep, those are nice little things to have there. It has the time. And then what's great about this is I can just copy this table and then paste it over on Google Doc, or if you have a calendar system, wherever works great for you. And then you're able to edit. This is even going to give me a breakdown times. So what I like about this, because I have a terrible habit of getting completely sidetracked on things. So it has a time limit. So I could set a timer to say, okay, for 15 minutes, I'm just going to brainstorm. And then I'm going to take those ideas and put them into my custom GPT themes. So, really great way to just kind of get your tasks out. I love this. So I can tell I prefer this response. Okay, so that's one of the ways is helping to organize my day. I can also utilize what's called voice mode, and that's this icon right here. And I'm going to model how that works. And it allows you to basically talk back and forth with the chat. But what's nice about it is it will still capture the conversation that you have. So you can come back and have it in text format like this. So I'm going to go ahead and use voice mode now. Hi there. Okay, so I need your help in brainstorming. I spoke with a potential client today, and she is a restaurant owner and she's looking to utilize Go High Level in her restaurant business. And I want to offer her 5 quick tips of ways that she could do that. So, could you just help me to brainstorm like 5 quick tips? Okay, so you get the idea, and then what it does is it will put that conversation right in here so that I could copy and grab that content. Some personal uses that I have been using for brainstorming. I'm going to start a new chat, and I love using it for recipes. Hey, I was wondering if you could build out a recipe plan for me, and I want to have 4 meals that I'm cooking this week, and I'd like them to be a variety of fish, chicken, ground beef, and then maybe one veggie meal. And what's nice about this is you can, I think it's really important to just remember talk to it like you would a friend. And so when it's voice mode, to me, it's a little bit easier. And so it helps you really to just get your thoughts out quickly, especially like if you're on the go or you're just feeling more conversational rather than having to feel like you have to type it all out. Okay, so let's keep dinner stress free this week with no fuss meals. Each recipe will serve 4, so it's going to have that with the easy steps. And then again, if you like this and you want to print it, you can just copy and print. You can also share your conversation. So there's a link if you want to just send it to someone else. And then it even asks me, hey, do you want to create it into a handy shopping list? And I'll say, yes, please make this into a shopping list. And I think the key is like going back. If you find, let's say there was a recipe here, you're like, oh, I don't like number 2 or number 3, then just go ahead and tell it that and it'll replace them. And maybe it's something your family doesn't like. And then what I love to do is take this list and then go right on over to Walmart, order my groceries. I even had it have it set up so that it will do a task. So right here you can create tasks, and I have it set up to where on Thursday it will send me an email and tells me plan your meals out. And then on Friday, I get another email that says order your groceries. And so it just really helps me to stay organized. Another way that I use AI, and this has been so very helpful recently, is with tracking medical records. And I'm just going to show you this because I really still can't get over how powerful this has been. So, if you notice, I'm looking in my chats, and sometimes my chats I have so many because I just nonstop talking with this thing. So, what I like to do is if it's really important and it's one that I want to remember, you could rename them. So, you click here with these little dots and just say rename. And then if you can't find it, you can search. So, like, I'll come up here and just search my dad's name. Sorry, Dad, everyone's going to see your stuff, but here we go. So he went into the hospital, and I wanted to be able to really track. And obviously the doctors are taking care of it, but because there's so many pieces to his health history. So when he went in, I started out by saying, okay, here are the symptoms that we're having. Here's his blood pressure. I even took a picture of it and added that. It's amazing because it can take the photo and then grab the information from it. I was also able to enter his like blood levels, and then it kept track of them in this nice chart. And then I said, okay, he has congestive heart failure. What does this mean? Break it down in terms of what it's saying. And then it would tell me, okay, here are some things that you could ask the medical team. What I also did is I snapped photos when they would come in on his chart and be able to have those. So it tells, okay, they did a chest x-ray. Here's what that means. Here's what to watch for. And of course, it's so nice. It's okay, here was the first level, and this is concerning. And he was definitely having some major issues. Thank goodness he's good now. But what I also like is that then later on, I just started snapping photos of the levels, and it was keeping track of it. So like it was saying, okay, here's the value, here's what's normal, here are some notes about it. He's been home now for 2 weeks, and we're still kind of keeping track of his weight gain because that's something that he has to monitor. So every day he's texting me, and then I put in his weight gain, and it tracks it here so that we can see if he's going up or down, and then when additional blood work comes in. So it's been so helpful to be able to have that to look at and reference and just keep track of all of it. Obviously, there's doctors, so it's not replacing the medical advice, but it's just keeping track of it so that we can reference back to notice any trends. Okay, my last one is 2 last ones. One I wanted to share with you that I love having it help me to research information. So, like, I was looking for some Chamber of Commerce people and contact information here in our area. And so I said, "Hey, I started out by saying, "Can you help me create a list of 10 Chamber of Commerce's close by?" Create the list, added the email and contact person and their website. And then it was able to it got all this information in this beautiful chart that I could just then copy the table. And then I said, okay, now can you help me to craft an email? And within 5 minutes, I was able to grab their contact information and have this email template that I could then send out. And then the last one is just a fun one because I know as the end of the year is coming, a lot of people are making gifts and wanting to thank teachers for different things. And so I actually, this was really cool. So when I retired as a principal, I was given a special gift, and it was an image. Oh, it didn't save all the chat. That's okay. I'm going to stop sharing. I'll show you um, here. So this was a picture that was created for me that was like a painting. And so I took a picture of it. I added it to Chat GPT, and then I said, "Hey, take this picture and recreate it ever so slightly." And of course, I told our art teacher I was doing this. And then it redesigned the image. And then I was able to print it out. And then this created a poem that went with it about the garden that you grew. So it was a retirement poem. So just some fun little ways to be able to create things and design things and use AI all the time. Next steps, I would love it if you were interested to join our AI community to learn how to integrate AI into your business. Okay, until next Friday.